actually was I think my mother scolded me something, and then I actually get angry, and then I actually go out, and then it's very funny. So I actually go out, and then I come, like I don't know where I'm going, but I come to some ocean kind of thing, and I don't know how to cross. Then a whale comes.
And then?
And the whale actually takes me.
Where you go?
No, I go to Guruvayur. There I go to the temple, and then something and all wrong. And then suddenly, I think my father called from India. This is day before yesterday morning.
Right.
And then I'm in the temple doing something, and then I take darshan and everything, and then my father calls, the dream is gone. And then I was so tired, and I actually got up.
Because you went to Guruvayur, right?
Yeah. But the whale thing is like, it's so funny. Like
you may be King Satyavrata in last life.
No, I sit in the mouth of the whale.
Yeah.
And it actually goes so fast that it's 8,000 miles or something, right? I reach the other bank in an hour.
Wow.
So it goes so fast. Some dreams.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, you can see maybe Krishna wants you to go some places.
So is it true, Prabhu, whatever we have to experience, sometimes it makes the painful situations come.
Possible, yeah. Sometimes Prabhupada says your karma, you can
burn it
in your dreams. Yeah, like. So, according to what we are thinking and associating in material life, you will dream like that. Sometimes you dream you want goal, and then you went to a zoo, you saw some tiger, then you dream a golden tiger, like that. Yeah. Like that. So many things. Yeah. So therefore, due to different mental conditions, in dreams you are put into advantageous and disadvantageous positions. Similarly, the spirit soul has nothing to do with this material nature, but because of his mentality of lording it over. Lording it over means we want to enjoy, separate from Krishna. So therefore, we are put in this conditional existence. So then Prabhupada says this conditional existence is like a poison, no? Dhyayato Vishayan Asya. Vishaya means an object of enjoyment. Vishaya Kainu. Narottama Das Thakur says. As long as one continues to think that he can enjoy material advantages, he is in conditioned life. But as soon as he comes to his senses, he develops the knowledge that he is not the enjoyer. For the only enjoyer is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And again, Prabhupada quotes that verse, Muktaram Yaga Tapasam. Because we are not the proprietor. To awaken our intelligence to this level, to see that you are not the controller, you're not the proprietor, is a challenge for all of us. Because we are associating more with the modes of material nature every day. And so we're thinking, I'm doing everything. And so it becomes a challenge. So the practices of sadhana bhakti help you to come to the stage. So maybe when you are trying to balance everything, and if you are sincere, then you find things don't go right. Everything is always going wrong. So then that is a wake-up call for us. By maybe Krishna is telling us, this material world is temporary. Why are you trying to be happy here? Yeah. So then once you realize, all those difficulties may stop. So sometimes if you are very Krishna conscious, then there is no more material anxiety. But if we are not so Krishna conscious, then we are having a lot of material anxiety. Right? What is our anxiety actually?
Fear of death.
Well, fear of death, but really, what is your anxiety?
Generally future.
Huh?
Generally people worry about future, the kids and all this.
Kids, all these are material things I'm saying. Whatever your anxiety now is, it's all material. If you analyze carefully,
yeah,
isn't it?
Never spiritual.
Yeah. You just analyze nicely, you'll see, yeah. So the practice of your sadhana bhakti must lead you to understand your situation.
Because otherwise, the thing can be part. You can think it's fear of losing the control over things.
Yeah. But generally in the day to day, you're not thinking like that, control of things. You're thinking of what I need, what I have to get, like that. Yeah. Mostly that's what you're doing, Oh, I have to pay bills, all those kind of things. I have to go, my boss will be waiting, I have to meet some deadlines, like that. Isn't it? What else do you think of?
Pratishtha.
Okay, then that is working there. Then when you come to temple, it's
Again Pratishtha.
pratishtha, fame, who's recognizing me, who thinks I'm good. No, it's true. You will see. That's why I say when you're following nicely, and then you see your thinking process where it goes. You want people to recognize you, put you up in the pedestal. Yeah. You want to be your guru, right?
Mind always.
No, that's due to our lack of Krishna consciousness. Because we are associating material nature, then Prabhupada is lording it over. So therefore, you want that recognition. Who's following me? Who's my follower? Who's my supporter? These are all material mentality. You see, right? In material world, it's like in spiritual world, they're all fighting to serve Krishna. Actually, they don't fight. They all cooperate to serve Krishna. So here is all fighting. That's the difference. You need to.
Krishna is not the center.
Yeah, here Krishna is not center. It's I am the center. I need this. Why are you threatening my position? Isn't that fame, position, and
Puja Lab Pratishtha.
what is that?
Amen.
And
Adornment.
and followers.
Followers.
Distinction, followers. So Prabhupada's point is, you can do whatever you want, but you will never be happy because you can't enjoy. The only person who can really enjoy is Krishna. Krishna is the only enjoyer. And if we try to enjoy, we are actually false enjoyers or false proprietor. Because we are not the proprietor. So therefore we cannot enjoy. Everything belongs to Krishna. Okay? So Prabhupada says the only friend is Krishna. Now, all of you, in your own experiences, you have friends, right? So, and your friends will call and talk to you about their difficulties, or you will call them, talk to them, right? Or you will call to talk about something you did amazing or got promotion. First thing you do is your friend. But we never call our friends to talk about how's your Krishna consciousness. I read something in the Bhagavatam. Why is it was an amazing verse? We don't. Because we don't have the taste yet. Understand? We haven't come to that level. So the practice, again, I'll bring your thoughts back to sadhana bhakti. It's very important. You all have to develop now. You're not getting younger, So you need to start now. Otherwise, it's pointless even going or claiming to be vanaprastha and this. Because you're still struggling with your own sadhana, If you struggle, you can't really help other people, Yeah. I mean, you will be able to help somewhat, but not enough, The best thing is you give someone Krishna consciousness and you see them grow as a good devotee, and then you feel real pleasure because the Lord is happy in your heart. But you don't claim that because you're not the you are the instrument, but not the person who actually they decided to be devotee, but you help them. That's right. Yeah. So you cannot claim that. You can say, Krishna, thank you for allowing me to be an instrument in your service. That you can take pleasure in. Please continue to make me your instrument. So then for you to pray like that, then Krishna has to be your best friend, right? Because you only call your friends for something. So same way, how often we relate to Krishna like that.
Even Prabhupada was praying the same way in Jaladharma. Make me dance at once.
Yeah. So you have to make, every day you chant, and then after you finish, you pray to Krishna and say, Krishna, I tried my best today. I know I wasn't successful, but please allow me to chant better tomorrow. Or guide me so I don't make mistakes and forget that I should chant nicely. This is what we need to work on, The Prabhupada says the best service is to awaken people's Krishna consciousness. So if you can bring, you may not be the best devotee, but if you can at least bring them to Krishna, to the devotees, connect them, that's good enough actually. But you don't take credit, yes. Don't take proprietorship. The devotees have this problem. Huh? I've seen it. It's not like it's not happening. They take devotees, they cultivate, and then they don't let them associate with anyone else except themselves.
Like my group.
My group. And then they talk to someone, they say, why are you going to talk to him? It's a neophyte mentality. As long as you give them Krishna, you'll be happy. And then you pray and hope that they become good devotees. That's it. You cannot control anyone in this material world, actually. First of all, you can't control your own mind.
Body.
What to speak of someone else. Okay, text 5. Athaiva shanai chittam prashaktam asatam pati bhakti yogena tivrena viraktya cha nayed vasham tivrena bhakti yogena. So it's just placed the other way around. Yajate purusham param. It is a duty of every conditioned soul to engage his polluted consciousness, which is now attached to material enjoyment. So this is very nice because Kapila is describing us in very serious devotional service with detachment. So we have to seriously, not just because we got initiated, we can now Om Tat Sat,
Very seriously.
Yeah. Thus his mind and consciousness will be under full control. This is where our difficulty is because, again, like you have a child, you have a family, you have husbands and wives, so difficult to work around those things. But we need to figure this out. Each of us have to figure this thing out. How we are going to work on this. It's very important because it allows us to make advancement. Otherwise, we are stuck here. Prabhupada writes, it is therefore recommended in this verse that one engage very seriously in the devotional service of the Lord. This means that one should not think that he is the proprietor, benefactor, friend, or enjoyer. Now that's difficult. That's difficult. So how are you going to help yourself to make sure you don't think like that? Huh?
Always
Krishna.
Always
Serve,
Contemplate.
think about it. But how and when?
Maybe after, sometimes your practice, after it has happened.
Yes.
But then keep on doing it a couple of times and
Then you'll become second nature. First you pray that you don't act like this. When you think about it later, you say, man, why I took credit for that? I shouldn't have said anything. Sometimes you feel that way. So then you pray, Lord, don't let me do that. The next time, before you take pleasure, it'll occur to you, why am I saying that? I say, no, it's all Krishna's mercy. Yeah. So that kind of contemplating is important also. That will help you to become serious in your Krishna consciousness. It's not the results in this material world it matters so much. What matters is how your Krishna consciousness is. Right? So that's what you need to become serious about. And then you cannot think, oh, I have this devotee, I'm his best friend. Forget it. You're not the best friend. Who is the best friend? Yeah, we already figured that out. Krishna is the best friend. You are one of the persons who helped, that's all. But the best friend is still Krishna. Nobody can be the best friend better than Krishna.
So in one of the lectures, Radhanath Maharaj says, Prabhu, like generally that's the common problem these days, devotees. We judge things by external achievements.
Yes.
How many verses somebody learns,
Yeah.
how many courses, or how many books, but actually that Krishna is seeing the service attitude
Yes.
and devotion within. And that's why those devotees are recognized or put on the pedestal, and our other devotees simply humbly sweeping the floor.
But then who goes back to
Yeah.
Godhead, right? I mean, yeah, you can be in the pedestal for 100 years, but the guy who's sweeping and doing service dies and goes back to Godhead, like the cobbler and the brahmana.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right? No, that's exactly why I want you all to think about it. Everything else you are wasting time. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
You can learn, memorize the whole Bhagavatam, but if you don't really
Please.
please the devotees, and first you please the devotees. Then if you can please the devotees, you can please Krishna. It doesn't work any other way. But we are very conniving and twisted. We'll find who's the big guy in the movement, and we associate with them. We try to
Same
play
mental
politics. It's the same thing. Yes, same material.
applying in the new
Yeah,
real.
exactly. But actually, what has happened is you took that material consciousness and
applied in
put it
spiritual.
into the spiritual environment,
Yeah, that's-
and not doing spiritual activities. And then instigating and so on. Say actually the person is not that good. Who are you to say who is good and not good? Are you the guru? Actually, it says right, 5th canto. Rishabhadev tells his sons, you cannot take these roles, unless you can liberate that person. Otherwise, shut up.
The famous verse.
Yeah, Guru Nasi.
Janani
So anyway, this is a very nice purport also because it helps us to look at ourselves. The real enjoyer is Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the basic principle of Bhakti Yoga. So there's 3 principles Prabhupada says you must be convinced of. One should always think that Krishna is the proprietor, Krishna is the enjoyer, and Krishna is the friend.
Same verse, 529.
Yeah. So when you become serious in your Krishna consciousness, then the propensity to control everything will go away. You will see that. You will see that, right? I mean, the best example is assuming, I do not know, but assuming you all like to watch Bollywood shows. But if you are really serious, you'll find that you will lose the taste. I'm not joking. You even if you turn on, you're like, why am I even watching these stupid things? Yeah. You will go through that cusp, wavering, tottering, tatasta, of enjoy or not to enjoy. Then you will know, yes, I better make the right decision. That's when your intelligence and your mind is fighting with the senses. You say, yes, I have to follow the real intelligence. Yeah. Yeah. So then when you give up for Krishna's service, then it is Vairagya, which is what Prabhupada wants to mention here.
The next line Prabhupada says, not only should he understand these principles himself,
He
but
should
he should try to convince others.
Others,
to
yes.
First himself.
Because if you are not convinced first, how you can convince others? So that's what Prabhupada is saying here.
It's a very nice thing I read. Prabhu, I'm reading Yamuna Devi Mataji's
Oh,
biography. It's very inspiring.
Yes.
So this instruction Srila Prabhupada gave to her consistently many times in different situations. He says, whatever I have taught you, teach others.
Mm.
Otherwise, you'll become envious.
Yes.
This is a very nice point.
Share.
Yeah. I felt like, initially when I started doing Bhakti or whatever, I felt because, okay, I know something I want to share. But I felt now unless I do that, I will be doomed. Like, because of acquiring all this now, whatever so-called knowledge,
Yeah,
where will I go?
exactly. Yeah. So
And
do
just
it in a
share.
way that you are sharing,
Yeah.
not showing.
Yeah. It's a subtle difference.
Yeah. You don't want to appear like you are so.
Learn.
I'm higher, you're lower.
Yeah, no, you share in a way that this is my experience, this is what I went through, I want to tell you this. So that they understand, oh, you are sharing. Because ether, remember, they can sense whether you are showing off or not. It's very subtle, but people can sense. Yeah, so it's not. Yes.
Bhakti Siddhanta Swami also says the same thing what Mataji said. In Bengali there is some
Vaishnava
statement. Huh?
Vaishnav K.
No, I heard in a class.
Mm.
They say if you don't share, then the same knowledge will act as poison.
One of the songs.
Prabhupada says to, to Yamuna Mataji, which I read long ago, I haven't read the book, I got the book also, that whatever I taught you, you teach others, then you become expert. Not that you keep it and show off. Now, he was teaching her how to cook. So he said, go and teach everyone the recipe. So then you will become expert. And in fact, she was the best cook. Or one of the best cooks in our movie. Because she was always teaching, she wrote the book, she shared with the whole world. No?
But the material mentality is
Not to share.
not to share. Then if you share, then your position will be lost.
Yes.
That's what you
Like
They'll be
your
equal to yours.
credibility will be
better than
lost.
Yeah, that's why the best example for this thing is the sharing of recipes.
Yeah.
The ladies won't share. Generally, they will never share.
But we have never seen that in Seattle.
Okay, that's good, but I'm saying generally they don't share.
Here people share very few occasions I
Yeah, therefore there is.
There are occasions. Yes.
Maybe I'm not into the cooking area.
There is. There's everywhere. I know. They will not tell you exactly how to do. They'll drop a few.
steps along the way.
Yeah.
Stuff is missing.
So that's enviousness. That means you're cultivating, you're thinking you're the controller, you're thinking the recipe is yours. I remember one of my god sister asked another god sister for some making sweet. So the other person said, yeah, I'll tell you, never. So finally, after a few months, this god sister was very disturbed. So she then prayed and then she said, give me the intelligence that I can do. So she did it. And it came better than the other devotee. And the other devotee came and asked her how you did it. And she shared the recipe.
Wow.
And she's still, the new devotee, she's still a better cook. See, Krishna gives the intelligence. So that's what I've noticed. It's a real thing. These things are real. It's not, what Prabhupada says is not just made up things. It's a fact. We share like that. Yeah. So that's vairagya. That's real vairagya. Because you're not owning it. You're sharing it with everybody. Right? You're detached from it. Krishna gives and Krishna takes. So nice. So that way you are focused on Krishna. Because you're sharing others so that they can serve, right? So very good example is like recipes. You share, you offer the deities. You say, oh, they want to offer their deities. Okay, go ahead. Because actually, you are serving the other deities by sharing the recipe.
It's very hard on that topic.
No, I'm giving you all think about it because it is like that.
And it's good for the reputation also.
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago, I gave one Mataji in Portland a recipe for making Manchurian.
Yes.
So this time when Maharaj lectures were going on, her husband came and said, oh, you are the Manchurian expert. 4 years later. I mean, all I did was send an email.
Yeah. But that's appreciation. So that's good. Yeah. If they don't appreciate, then it's not. Then you're not cultivating the right consciousness. And of course, you can't think, oh, I'm the Manchurian expert.
Neither I created the term nor the
No,
recipe.
Prabhu,
Somebody else
actually,
did it.
there is a hole to go down, jump down.
Exactly.
Like,
You
you
have
know,
to,
either this one, it's like, that's why it's a razor's edge, right? You have
Yes.
to go very precise.
So when someone praises you, you have to give the thanks to your spiritual master and to Krishna. Who gives the recipe? The best recipe person is
Radharani.
Radharani. Yeah. So you can say, yeah, I know it's a good recipe, or I also have tried also. You can say like that, yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm sharing. Yeah. But I'm not the owner of the recipe, nor the creator of the recipe.
So I have experienced all this personally. So whenever I cook, I don't measure anything. I
Right.
just by looking at it, I put.
Okay.
But one thing I do is just before putting anything, I actually pray. Like, okay, tell Krishna and Radharani, please let it come nicely. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's a nice
But
move.
it comes very nice actually. Like even better than what I had thought of.
Right. Yeah, sometimes you're astonished. How is that possible?
You have to eat a sweet rice, makes very nicely.
No, one halwa made very nice.
Okay, now he goes.
Now
It's
it's
diverted.
wandering too much.
Next,
Tomorrow I'll
6.
write
Yamadibir yoga patai abhyasan shraddhayanvitaha Mai bhavena satyena
Mai bhavena satyena
Madgata shravanena cha.
Madgata shravanena cha.
One has to become faithful by practicing the controlling process of the yoga system and must elevate himself to the platform of unalloyed devotional service by chanting and hearing about me. Okay, so very simple. Here, Prabhupada mentions the yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So, some of these things are in our sadhana bhakti already. So similarly, we should practice those strictly.
So although these are in Ashtanga Yoga, we are going through the same stages too.
Yeah.
In devotional service.
Yeah.
Some point dharana, some point dhyana, hopefully, and finally hopefully.
Yeah, dharana,
samadhi.
dhyana is there. It's there. When you're chanting, you're supposed to meditate, right? In the first you hear, and then later on those are revealed. Okay? The pastimes are revealed. So all this you'll go through. But the main thing is you have to have faith in this process. Right?
If we get some imagery while chanting, should we suppress them or should we just continue to just listen?
Chant first. Prabhupada said, chant,
Chant
hear
first.
nicely
Okay,
first.
Okay.
If you have a tendency to imagine things, then have a picture of Krishna or Guru in front of you and chant.
Okay.
An incident I remember during the peak time. So somebody said, Prabhupada, while chanting or while meditation, I see some light.
Yeah.
And Prabhupada said, keep chanting, it will go away.
That's their initial imagination.
Yeah.
Because if you come from Mayavadi background, right? That's what everything is.
They want
then
to-
light or
So completely opposite than we thought.
Exactly. You would say, oh, you are doing very well.
No, yeah, he's expecting
Expecting.
she, I think. It was
She,
she.
yeah, it was a she.
She wanted a praise.
Prabhupada said, okay, that's Krishna coming.
Yeah.
Keep chanting, it will go away.
Yeah, he said, don't worry, keep chanting, it will go away. He said, don't worry.
As if it is negative.
Yeah. She probably wondering, what? Don't worry. But that's because he knows, where you are coming from, your background, and all this. Bhavena or bhava is a very important factor in the practice of yoga or in any spiritual process. Bhava is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Buddha bhava samanvita. One should be absorbed in the thought of love of Krishna. So that's why I was asking you how you all feel when you chant. How you cultivating your relationship with Krishna.
Actually, in the initial days, it was better than now.
Because why?
Offenses.
Yes. The biggest offense is inattentive chanting. And that one goes into more serious offenses. Yeah, it's true. When you're in the beginning stage, you really will do many things with your heart.
Mm.
Then later on, you start becoming pure devotee, and you judge everybody.
Become Prabhu.
Yeah, then you become Prabhu, Mahaprabhu. If Mahaprabhu is here, we will also we will put down Mahaprabhu.
Gauranga said very nicely in the class. Initially, when we see any devotee, they look like Mahaprabhu. Then after some time, they look like Prabhu.
No, you look like
No,
Mahaprabhu.
then you see, oh, no, he's same as me.
Yeah.
Then he goes down, then,
Yeah.
so you become Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, isn't it? It's practice. It's just you have to analyze yourself. Yeah, so Prabhupada quotes these things to understand everything is coming from Krishna. So he quotes the verse, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Mata Sarvam Pravati Buddha Bhava Samanvita. So then Prabhupada explains further what Bhava is, according to Rupa Goswami, in the Bhakti Rasamrita. It's a preliminary stage. Before, this is the first ray of prema. Yeah. So first one is Shraddha. Then the Shraddha, there's the Shraddha to prema. You develop, you cultivate. So all the processes, sadhana bhakti must be done. How?
Cultivation.
Favorably. Yeah. For the pleasure of Krishna. Prabhupada says of the 9 different items of Bhakti Yoga, the first and foremost is to chant and hear about the Lord. So that is also stated here, Mad Katha Shravanena Cha. About me, my Katha, and hearing about me. That's what Kapila is saying. So if you chant nicely and follow the instructions, you should come to this stage of Bhavane. Bhavanena. Water in the pipe. Air trapped in the pipes. It makes things. So Prabhupada also mentions Bhakti Yoga is the direct process. Yeah, Bhakti Yoga is direct. Oh, because why is it direct? You directly interacting with Krishna. Chanting is directly interacting. Other processes are indirect. They're not directly doing.
So other processes are in this earth, fire, air, ether levels, but this is directly beyond the. Is that right? Is direct?
Mm-hmm. I didn't get
No, previously we said the sound comes through ether.
Yeah.
Comes through various other.
Well, it's
forms.
transcendental. Everything is material. Most people do, they do yoga, but they are not trying to connect with Krishna. They're just trying to make the body purified, to be free from the effects of the material energy first.
Mechanical process.
Yeah, so by controlling the air, prana, and everything, then they come to the realization, I am not the body. And then if they understand that they are spirit soul and I have to connect with Krishna, then yes, then they become bhakti. Otherwise, they will think I am I can see myself now, I am God. Like that. Yeah. So it's indirect. Of course, Krishna does say in the 12th chapter about it. After many, many lifetimes, the impersonalists will come to him.
But by the process of committing offenses, elsewhere he says that they will go down species too.
Yeah. Yeah, that is in the 16th chapter. I'll cast them perpetually. Yeah, in abominable species. But so in bhakti, the offense is more serious. than if you are not in the, doing bhakti and committing offense like that. It's more serious. You're supposed to know not to do those things. You may think, oh, this. I remember one devotee a long time back. He told another devotee. They were talking bad about someone. So then he said, no, as long as we don't talk in front of the deities, it's okay.
Because in the nectar of devotion, one of the things is you should not talk in front of the deities or criticize or lie. Or,
So you can see how they can
Manipulate Shastra.
manipulate the Shastra. But actually that is not fact. You cannot do it anyway. That's one thing. The other thing is someone is new, so the other person thinks, I'm here many years, therefore I'm more advanced.
Seniority.
It's very common.
Huh?
Very common.
Yeah, okay. I mean, okay, you give respect for seniority, but then the mature thing is the person should see this person, if he or she is spiritually advanced, they should say he is advanced. That is the right mood. That is the proper humility. If we can't cultivate that, then you have to come back until you learn that lesson. No, so it's like that. You come back to learn a particular lesson. If you don't learn the lessons, part one, like sometimes you do online courses, unless you pass part one, you cannot do part two.
Yeah.
It's like that. Right? So same thing for us also. Krishna will be testing paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, like that. So you meet different scenarios, different circumstances, how you react. It's all reaction, no? We do. How you react. So therefore, scripture is important to help us use the intelligence to react properly, devotionally. And so, the Brahma is praying that Tenukampam Susamikshama. He's saying, I will accept all the problems that comes to me. But we pray differently. Right? No more Tattenu. I shouldn't be receiving anything to inconvenience my life, O Lord. For I am the rightful heir.
I'm saying that is right. Whatever I'm saying, that is right.
That's how we are contemplating. So Prabhupada nicely breaks down the whole process of bhakti here in this purport. Chanting the glories. Satyena is used here. So direct process is the right way, it's truthful. So then Swami Sridhar comments that Satyena means Niska Patena, without duplicity. Huh?
Yeah, in last line of Prabhupada explained how that one.
Yeah. Full of duplicities are the impersonalities. So now, if we don't see each devotee as a servant of Krishna, and then we treat them roughly, then we are also being duplicitous. Because we are thinking we are the only one. So we are actually becoming like an impersonalist when we treat someone harshly. Sometimes they pretend to execute devotional service. So then we also pretend to be a good devotee. But the ultimate idea is to become one with the Supreme. So most of the devotees who are not doing properly or pretending to do devotion, the ultimate aim is to be the temple president, the GBC, like that, or so, some controller. Isn't it? That's why we want to control. Proprietorship. So kapata, duplicity. Paramo nitmat saranam. Kick away all this nonsense philosophy. Prabhupada quotes that. So Bhagavatam means none of this thing. Free from envy. Duplicity and all that comes in because we are envious. Okay?
if somebody is being duplicitous, how do we respond?
You don't. It's not his job for you to.
Okay, so just tolerate.
Yeah, exactly. It's their, you have to say, are you the guru? Are you the husband or the wife or the son or daughter. You can correct your son, daughter, and with your wife you can talk about these things, duplicitous thing. Or if you're helping someone who's new in Krishna consciousness, then you can say, don't do this, it's duplicitous. But it should be in a manner that it is palatable for them. But it should be truthful. But it's not for us to judge it. Sometimes, this guy is duplicitous, but you tolerate. Because if you don't, then maybe they will leave Krishna conscious association and then they have no chance to come back. I remember reading one time where one sannyasi fell down and then another group of devotees were mentioning to the congregation and everyone that so-and-so fell down, he's not qualified. And when Prabhupada heard, Prabhupada said, why did you do that? To that temple president, I think. He said, by doing that, you have made it difficult for the sannyas to come back. So when you see someone duplicitous, if you feel disturbed too much, then you tell authority to talk to them. But you don't go and fix them. Because how you know that you are fixing correctly? Right? In the spirit of fixing correctly, you will damage more.
I heard like most of the time, we trying to become Mr. Fix.
That's right. So we shouldn't try to fix other people when we haven't fixed ourselves. Isn't it? Everybody wants to fix someone else.
Patient helping patient.
Yeah, that's true. Nowadays, because of online, everybody is a doctor. He's laughing. Text 7. Sarvabhuta samatvena nirvairena prasangataha brahmacharyena maunena swadharmena baliyasa. Bali means like sacrifice, no? Bali. In executing devotional service, one has to see every living entity equally. There you go. Right? We are talking about this. Without enmity toward anyone yet. Without intimate connections with anyone. Okay? Yet without intimate connection. One has to observe celibacy for regulative principle. Be grave. Don't talk nonsense. And execute his eternal activities, devotional service, offering the results to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's like confirmation. This verse has been said many times in different ways by Krishna, service and so on. But here is quite a lot of things, equal to everyone. You will see devotees. They will be very nice to new devotees. But the old one, they will look at each other like, if I look at you, you can burn. Huh?
Or open my third eye.
Oh, yeah. I will open my third. Yeah, you're just lucky I'm not opening. Right?
Why, Prabhu?
Huh?
Why?
Why?
Because new people offer or respect everything. So we-
Exactly. Pratishta.
And then we can download everything.
Okay.
I
No,
know.
because
I
you're
know.
getting the
Sense gratification of
sense gratification of being worshipped by a new person. That's why you find a lot of time, that's what they do. They are very intimate
With the new people.
with the new people. But actually, according to the Shastra, the Madhyam Adhikaris must be intimate with each other. But it's all upside down. Kanistha Adhikari then become their lifelong friends, like that. It's ridiculous. We shouldn't do that, You have to practice this. Seeing everyone is a servant of Krishna. Some have come early, some came later, but still they are all servants of Krishna. Even the enemies. Our servants are Krishna. They're just not performing at the moment. Not to see any difference. Of course, that Vidya Vinasaya Sampani, that verse Prabhupada quotes, that cannot equate to us because we are not at the platform of Uttama Adhikari yet. But still, you have to see everyone as a servant of Krishna. You can't see the soul or the spirit soul or in the hearts, or you can't see the Paramatma. But still, they are servants. You have to have that understanding. Okay, so you have to see, and they will treat, like I said, they will treat someone new much better than another. Always, that means there's something wrong with either with the philosophy or with the execution, right? When you read these verses, you're supposed to see everyone equally. Try to elicit, and then if you can't do that, then where's the problem? Execution. Right? That means the root cause is in us. We need to dig it out. We have to burn away those things that we are cultivating in the heart. The desires, the thing, prarabdha, aprarabdha, kuta, bija. Those roasted nuts are better than unroasted. They won't germinate. Yeah? It's important. Because these are things that are going on and we are not pulling the roots of all these things. And then it's pointless, right? My whole thing is, yeah, you can study the third canto very nicely. You can answer the question. But what is the value, Right? You can have a Bhakti Shastri degree, but you don't behave like a Bhakti Shastri. You may be behaving like a Shastri, but no Bhakti. Yeah, so think like that, Anytime you do something wrong, you question yourself, you should feel embarrassed. If you can't feel embarrassed, then you are in deep trouble actually. Right? You should feel embarrassed, go to the deities and cry. Okay, I've heard people say, it's very hard to cry. Yeah, maybe. But if you don't learn how to cry now, at the time of that, you will be crying. Krishna will make us cry for the mistakes we have done. Huh? It is, it's true, because he is so kind to us, he wants us to be purified. So he'll put us in a situation where we cry for all the mistakes we have done. But it'll be painful when he does it. Yeah, it is. It's true. When Krishna does it, yeah, you'll be purified for sure, but it'll be painful. My Guru Maharaj always says that. He says, you better do it before Krishna makes you do it. We become too relaxed. Everything is okay, no problem. It better be fixed in the...
So that means our internal conscious cultivation is, which if we go into so much depth, then we don't have any external time for anything else.
No, actually the mind can go faster than the external action. So if you think about it, it doesn't take you that long. The speed of mind, yeah.
Because we need to reiterate the same thing again and again, contemplate, and then that.
So it becomes a second nature.
Yeah, eventually, but
Yes.
then it takes a time for internal cultivation, so that external.
True, but you have to make the time. That's my point. You have to. When are you going to make a time? I mean, Prabhu was saying when he's doing Vanaprastha. How does he know he's even going to reach to Vanaprastha? So unless you cultivate now, any point in time, then you're ready,
And I heard time also expand or shrink once we get into.
No, if you remember yesterday I was discussing, if you're doing devotional service, there's no time. You have all the time, actually. It's eternal service. If you're not doing devotional service, then you're losing time.
Time acts.
No time. You're dying actually.
Yeah, Miss Material Time acts.
So Prabhupada emphasizes the point again. A devotee has no enmity towards any living entity. But that does not mean that he mixes with everyone. Okay, so he's careful who he associates with. Aprasangataha means not to be in intimate touch with everyone. A devotee is concerned with his execution of devotional service. See, Prabhupada says that again. It's not something I'm making it up, It means you have to be very thoughtful about these things. And therefore, he should mix with devotees only. And that means he mixes with devotees who are also concerned about the execution of devotional service. Why? In order to advance his objective. Okay? Otherwise, he does not, Prabhupada mentions that he does not see anyone as his enemy. Okay, so then now you go home and you write in your diary, in the last 1 month, how many people you saw devotees as enemies? In the last 3 months, in 6 months, in 1 year. Then you can see where your consciousness is. Okay, then the next paragraph, Prabhupada talks about celibacy, which means 4 regulative principles for us. It's important. Okay, it makes you strong, determined. Your mind will be focused. That's what celibacy is. If you don't control your senses, then you will not be able to focus on devotional life. And then a devotee should not speak needlessly. Has no time to speak of nonsense. So this is another challenge also. You all can say, how many hours today I was speaking of Krishna? Or even with your friend when you're talking, you can think of Krishna when you're talking. You can say, oh Krishna, in your mind you can pray, help this guy. You can say, how are you? You think of Krishna. Like that. Whenever he speaks about Krishna. Mauna means silence, but it doesn't mean you don't speak. It means you speak about Krishna. So that is a you have to be expert how to speak, even with karmis, about Krishna, but not actually saying too much Krishna. You have to cultivate a very intelligent way of talking about good life, regulated life. You can say in our Vedic culture we have regulated life centered around good God conscious, like that. We call it Krishna conscious. But actually what it means is we help each other like that. So they can relate to one level, they may not be able to relate to God or something. Swadharmena is the other one. That means we all have to understand that we are servants of Krishna. And therefore, servants of Krishna means we should be, what should we be doing? Serving Krishna, one way or another. So your working outside also is serving Krishna, but you have to know how to indirectly make sure you're connecting to Krishna. And then finally, Baliyasa, Bali Maharaj. So sacrificing, everything should be offered to the pleasure of Krishna. Prabhupada then says a devotee does not act on his personal account for sense gratification. Doesn't do it for his sense gratification. It's not that. That means, when we do things, if we do for our sense gratification, then we are answering for ourselves. Krishna doesn't get involved. It's a nice purport that you can actually print out and then put it in your window or wherever, in your refrigerator, read it every day. This is what I should be. Right? It's a very good purpose. Or you can print it out for someone new. Say, hey, this is a very good thing to read about what a devotee is supposed to be doing. Text 8. Yadrichayopalabdena santusto mitabun muni vivikta sharana shanto maitra karuna atmavan. For his income, a devotee should be satisfied with what he earns without great difficulty. He should not eat more than what is necessary. He should live in a secluded place and always be thoughtful, peaceful, friendly, compassionate, and self-realized. Okay. Secluded place means place of Krishna consciousness, devotee environment. Okay. Not forest. In those days, yes, forest. But nowadays, in Kali Yuga, it's temple environment or proximity to temple. Or you make your house like a temple. So income means satisfied, enough to feed your belly and pay the tax and whatever bills you need to. You don't need more than that. Nowadays, I find there will be family members, both are working. They may only have one kid, big house, but they say there's not enough money. I remember when I was growing, my parents had like 6, 7 kids. Only my dad was working, very little income. We were satisfied. You know, it doesn't make sense. You know, how is it that they are not able to? Anyway, these are something you all should think about. How to be satisfied. So Prabhupada makes it very clear. Just maintenance. All you need is maintenance, right? If you can eat 2 chapatis, like I said before, you only need 2 chapatis. Because you're the lord of the house, you tell your wife or the servant, cook 10 chapatis. I want to see 10 chapatis. And then you only eat 2. The rest, yeah, exactly. Yes.
Distribute the Maha.
You know, so be satisfied.
So in the traditional society, I agree with you. I think we were in large families, small houses, very happy. But now we got cut from all that, right? I mean, for whatever reason.
I don't accept that. You look at the Hispanic community.
Okay.
They have big families and they're still happy.
US.
In US, yeah. So all these are just man-made inconveniences.
Mahatma Prabhu said one thing. In general, the Indians need more money to survive. The Western devotees, after coming to devotional service, they are pretty contented, but Indians still keep accumulating. The same in one of the
I
seminars.
won't say all of them are like that. I've seen even the Western devotees. That I have seen personally, some Western, not all, but some Western devotees, they live beyond their means. You know, they spend more than they should. And then they don't have enough money. And then the Indian devotees I've seen, they will work a lot and save more than they should spend for Krishna. That's what I've seen. And I don't know for what they're saving. The children may not be Krishna conscious. And then when they die, they'll take the money and go for sense gratification.
No, but it is ingrained in the culture, right? At least from where I come from.
Yeah.
It's ingrained in the culture. You have to save.
Okay. Yeah, there may
If
be.
you don't
But then,
save, it is a trouble later.
but then, okay, no. Save for who?
We don't know, but we have to
No,
save.
no, you know. You know. You don't tell me you don't know.
Say
Even
for
there is
who?
a story of like, yeah, I'm working hard, but I don't know for whom.
Exactly. So why you say you're working hard for who? You don't know.
You
That
know,
makes
right?
sense. You're working for somebody.
For the family.
Yeah, that's why he's not admitting it.
Yeah, that is given, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's a
so
given.
my point is at the time of death, if your children are not Krishna conscious, then what's the money going to do?
Sense gratification.
and you are responsible.
Get the car.
Yeah.
But also I heard like if we put a lot of help,
So you're
then
saying
it
rather
acts
we
as a-
spend the time to give them Krishna consciousness instead of spending extra hours at work and earning more money.
Yeah, I mean,
Actually, we are not spending any extra hours, right? We are
No,
just
like I
working
was
8
trying-
hours. That's all.
huh?
You're only working 8 hours. That's all.
No, that you don't say all of them. You maybe you are the one. But my point, in general, people work a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe now you've changed over the years, but most people work. They go 7 in the morning, sit, don't want to come because the boss hasn't left his room, so they won't leave until the boss leaves. And then the guy that's how it is in society.
I don't do.
And
I,
then,
I work a lot, but I don't do because my seat is sitting there.
I mean, Microsoft, no matter how much you work, you get the same salary. In case you didn't figure out. Same.
so the point is like that, right? Most people are like that in general. They will worry, oh no, my boss won't like it if I go early. But you were employed for 8 to 5 job. Why you can't leave at 5 o'clock?
Security.
No, that's fear actually.
It's
fear.
You don't have to fear. I leave and then nothing happens.
No, but then during a review they say you always go at 5 o'clock. They will say that. The point here Prabhupada is trying to say is you become satisfied.
Satisfied. Yeah.
That means you are fear of these external factors.
There is one thing, the modern
Society.
HR theory
Yeah,
doesn't let you, if you are content, they'll rate you as you are not ambitious.
that's my
not
point.
good. So
And
you have
then
to show your work.
okay, who's getting afraid now?
We are actually
Exactly. So Prabhupada says, don't. Be contented. Okay, maybe you spend another half an hour.
But then we may lose the job, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, that is the
I doubt it. If you are focused with Krishna, why would Krishna give you such a difficult thing?
We won't
He
lose
will.
the job.
He will.
You
He
don't
will
have
not
that
lose it.
faith.
Our karma also acts and brings the
No,
results.
no, no. Your karma, when you're devotee, your karma doesn't act.
It's ultimately our faith in Krishna.
And also
So, Prabhu,
actually-
in my role, right, I have a project manager. I
And
have
how it's gone to that.
10 people. I don't rate them when they come in, when they leave.
Yes.
I look at the work.
Exactly.
And I know how to measure the work.
Yes.
I don't even care if they are working from home or working in office. Because I know who is like the best performer and who is the worst performer.
Yeah, that's all
So,
you need. Yeah.
I don't even care.
if he has an opening, we can go for it.
Because at the end of the day, you have to show some work because you're taking a stand. And that's it.
No, but you understand what Prabhupada's point is. Try to understand and appreciate the point. What we tend to do is we defend our position. Eating, mating, sleeping, and now we are defending. We should not be like animals. That's what
But
Prabhupada
the
is.
way I understand this is not over endeavor.
Yes, not over
But
and
you still have to put your endeavor sincerely, those 8 hours you have to work.
yes, that is duty. Point is you do your duty, but then don't do it that you are dissatisfied, right?
Prabhupada also says that devotee also works hard at the job because that reflects the devotee.
Okay, when Bhaktivinoda Thakur was working,
Yeah,
how did he do his service? He left much earlier than the others, but he made sure everybody knew he was the best. That's my point. I keep telling you all
But
don't see.
because of the chanting and spiritual activities, it's very efficient and
Yes.
within less amount of time we
Yeah,
can do.
they used to complain about him. They used to complain. He leaves early, but then he always got his work done, and his work was better than
No,
everybody's.
they were all appreciative. They
So
should-
that's what the point Prabhupada is saying. You do your job very well, but don't over endeavor and not being satisfied with what you're doing. That means your whole life is centered on other people's thing. It shouldn't be like that.
If you look at it, Prabhu, like the reason why you are working so much is to get money and then some satisfaction, right? But reading at the news yesterday, that money is also not yours. If the world war is going to happen,
Yeah.
they
They will
won't
freeze
even
all the
ask-
accounts.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, they
Take the
won't
money.
even ask you. They can take the money actually.
Yeah, but that's
So-
how it is. That's why you better learn to become satisfied, contented. Yeah. So if it happens tomorrow, your money is all frozen. What you going to do?
They'll come and grow vegetables in backyard.
Huh? No, honestly, think carefully what you will do.
Just move to India. Everything.
Some people will hang themselves. You'll see.
No,
Yeah.
India also, like, how will you go? There's no money.
No, put everything in India now, so they can't freeze anything. If you don't have anything.
No, there's no more money. Tomorrow they freeze means no money. You can't go to the
No,
bank.
Prabhu.
They can't freeze India. No. You,
No,
No,
worldwide.
Prabhu, the rate will just dip like that.
Yeah.
you buy
It
property in India.
Doesn't
cannot.
matter, Prabhu.
So you're trying to see risk as well, but
It doesn't work. Once they freeze,
Prabhu is talking overall, like anything can happen. Are you prepared?
Yeah, I understand that.
Are
I'm
you
just trying to
prepared for
give some
this?
solutions.
no. The thing is, if tomorrow, let's say, the government freezes in US, all the other economies will crash.
Crash, yeah.
So you know, such thing as you can get money, and nobody will have money because the banks are all frozen. Then what you going to do?
Then sit and read and chat.
You have to grow vegetables in the backyard. Remember that the Prabhu
No.
All the time now.
Because you have to live now. Right?
Actually, that's when you have to think how we're going to support the communities. Because if this goes on for a month or two, people will start rioting and killing one another to get food.
Yeah. Food is the biggest thing.
Yes.
At that point, computers and all these things won't matter.
But the Bhakti Samar's disciples, they are in somewhere in Gujarat. There's some few families.
Yeah, 30 families got together outside of Baroda,
Yeah.
and they established their own farm community.
Yeah, farm community.
And they live in their small houses basically.
Yeah,
Just one
true.
houses.
But the city guys, when they run out of all the things, they'll go to the farms
attack.
Yeah, they
and
will
attack. Yes.
Prabhupada also said that everything.
Nothing is safe.
Food is the most important. Food is most important for everyone.
So my point is, what are you going to do?
Support each other. That's all.
Exactly. Help each other and
It's the only strength.
if you're going to do a farm or whatever, then you have to have the infrastructure. You have to think who's going to farm. Everybody will go there and sit down and say, I'm not a farmer. That's what's going to happen.
You should start saving some seeds right now.
They are already doing. Governments do
No,
that.
not seeds, Prabhu. Take out the money from the bank.
But money will not buy food. At that point, they won't
No,
be food.
he
available.
says now.
But they won't not be food in the stores.
That is also not good.
Some devotees think got
Yeah,
stolen.
recently, $80,000.
What is it?
From where?
Home.
One of our temple
Somebody's
devotees.
home.
Who is that?
From where?
He has
Yes,
1
he
kg gold.
left all his gold at home and went to India.
Who, Prabhu?
And
But how? That means somebody knew.
Ravi,
No, there are a lot of robberies are happening because they know a lot of Indians stay here.
Mm-hmm.
And Indians buy gold.
Comes to Telugu.
This has
not
been
Telugu.
happening for almost the last 2 years.
Then come to
Mm.
Police
Telugu.
also came there and
Not
don't put anything which identifies as an you're from India, all those things on your door, markings or anything. But this person came back and he found his $80,000 worth of gold.
He has a
Something I heard,
gold, 1
like
kg
sofas
gold or
and
something.
sofas they kept.
Everything because and Prabhu Haridas was saying that why did you do that? Why did you keep it at home? He said, no, that Krishna will protect me.
Yeah, but his faith wasn't in Krishna. They all can talk like that.
Prabhu, that's not how it works.
So I think that's what I heard. Maybe
I don't know where I only heard this part of it.
that there was something in sofa, but they now come with metal
Metal
detector.
detector. That's what it
Oh, the thieves.
Thieves.
Yeah, the thieves are coming with metal detector. They know where the gold is. They just all it takes 15 minutes. Man.
No, they must have some understanding this guy had gold bar. Otherwise, I can't accept that.
So they're random.
No,
that-
Haridas was telling in a lecture that they go on Facebook and
Yeah.
now on Diwali
Yeah.
time all the ladies wear all gold.
Photos,
They'll
photos,
find
I know which lady wears.
photos. So they
And then they actually put the name and then search. Like you can actually find out. If you just know the name,
Location.
you can get the address.
So all of you on Facebook, no?
I don't have an
But
account.
I
like
don't
that.
put any photos.
I don't
No
use it.
photos.
That's why
It's very dangerous to
They
have
go and
Facebook.
advertise and they're tech savvy. They're also figuring out. I think that particular day, I think they told around 10 robberies, 800, one
Sure.
close to $1 million.
Oh, they stole
all
1
Indian.
million.
Where? Which area?
With euro area only.
But he don't have gold bar.
I took it to India.
India is only gold.
Recently,
Alright, we'll stop here.
it's all
Police
getting-
actually said that happening in Redmond and here. Indian
He was I think my mother scolded me something. And then I actually get angry.
Mm.
And then I actually go out. And then it's very funny. So I actually go out and then I come, like I don't know from where I'm going,
Mm.
but I come to some ocean kind of thing and I don't know how to cross.
Mm.
Then a whale comes.
And then?
And the whale actually takes me.
Where you go?
Which avatar?
No, I go to Guruvayur.
There.
There I go to the temple and then I something and all from. And then suddenly I think my father called from India. This is day before yesterday morning. This
Right.
happened. And then I'm in the temple doing something, and then I take darshan and everything, and then my father calls, the dream is gone. And then I was so tired, then I actually got up. I was
Because you
telling
went to
my-
Guruvayur, right?
Yeah. But the whale thing is like, it's so funny, like,
You may be King Satyavrata last life.
no, I sit in the mouth of the whale,
Yeah.
I took you there.
and, then and it actually goes so fast
Mm.
that it's 8,000 miles or something, right?
Mm.
I reach the other bank in an hour.
Wow.
It goes so fast. Some dreams.
Yeah.
One incarnation.
That's nice. Yeah, you can see maybe Krishna wants you to go some places.
Guru,
So is it true, Prabhu, whatever we have to experience, sometimes it may, the painful situations come. we can
Possible,
just
yeah. Sometimes Prabhupada says your karma, you can
burn it.
burn it in your dreams. Yeah.